Hello, friends, and welcome to Beyond Urban Legends.
I'm Lindsay.
And I'm Jess, and today we will be looking into the legend of the Black-Eyed Children.
Oh.
So,
Have I heard of this before? I feel like I've heard of this before.
have you?
No, I don't know. Just made our hair match.
I did.
She did my hair.
We don't judge too harshly.
And if she spooks me too much, I'm gonna eat a pixie stick to calm down. Because sugar helps your nerves.
Yeah, sugar calms you right down.
The earliest sighting of black-eyed children came from Brian Bethel, a journalist from Abilene, Texas. Bethel claims to have been in a movie theater parking lot at night to write a check when two young boys, estimated to be ages 9 and 12, knocked on his car window, insisting to be let in.
Let me in!
Let me in!
Let me in!
As soon as he rolled down his window, Bethel felt a sudden sense of dread. The boys said they wanted a ride home to get money to see the Mortal Kombat movie in the theater. The boys were quick to reassure him that they didn't have a gun.
That's interesting.
They thought they looked scary, I guess.
Sounds like something someone with a gun would say.
Yes. Yes, it does.
Bethel recounts that their speech sounded mechanical and rehearsed. Bethel told them the film was already showing and they would never make it back in time with the money. When Bethel looked away and looked back, their eyes had turned completely black. The boys said that they couldn't get in his car unless he said it was okay.
They're vampires.
Yes, or fairies. They're the fae.
They're
Both.
the fae.
Both.
Both is good.
Do vampires fall under the fae? They might be the unseelie court. I feel like I should know this.
Spooked, Bethel sped away from the theater. In his rearview mirror, the boys vanished. Bethel stands by his story to this day, though he only shared it with a small group of friends in 2013, and it was somehow leaked out.
So he
someone of his
didn't
friends
ever
leaked it.
tell the story publicly.
Well, after it got leaked,
Oh,
he basically came out to clear up what was going on and be like, I'm not crazy, I swear to you. This is why I didn't tell anyone, but here we are. Now I gotta tell someone.
Where was the first one?
The first one was in Abilene, Texas. They're getting around.
Yeah.
They actually hopped the pond
Traveling.
later.
Oh. Wow.
Yeah. I thought you'd really like it because it involves England and devil kids.
Love devil children.
Which I know is your favorite. I know
Yeah.
how much you love children.
Yes, and I definitely
Devils.
love when children are the devil.
Hey, it happens sometimes. Sometimes you have a great kid and sometimes you have a devil. Hey, this kind of fits with our last legend.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just have a devil.
Sometimes you just give birth to Satan and you gotta be like, well.
It happens. Time to time. 1 in 10 children, actually.
1 in 10 children are born as Satan.
An elderly couple in Vermont heard 3 knocks on their door. When they answered their door, they found a young boy and a young girl on their porch. The children didn't make eye contact, but asked to come inside to wait for their parents, who would be there soon.
The couple.
I would be like, we can come out, we can like watch you guys through the window to make sure you're safe.
What
You
if
guys
it
don't
was
have to come in
cold?
here.
What if it was cold?
We'll give you a blanket.
What if it was snowing?
We'll give you a coat and some mittens.
You would let a kid inside. I 100% believe you would let a small, like a little 8-year-old, you would let
Yeah.
them inside.
But I'd be like, why are you out by yourself? Like, why are you out? But where are they coming from and why? Why are you here outside by my house by yourself? I would question the child.
They're coming from the house.
Well, then I'd be like, you're fine.
The couple offered the children hot cocoa and noticed that their cats seemed to have an aversion to the children.
That's what I was gonna say, because I was gonna say if my dogs were like acting weird, I'd be like, you can stay out there. I was like, my dog's gonna bite you if you come in. So
Yeah, you can't.
Yeah,
what do you say with a cat, though? Like, it's going to
they'll scratch
frown at you.
They'll scratch you.
It's true. But I feel like a lot of times cats just hiss and walk away.
The children asked to use the restroom. When they stood, the wife saw their completely black eyes. While the children were in the restroom, the power went out. The husband's nose began to bleed. The children came out from the bathroom, saying, "Our parents are here."
Our parents are here.
They're here.
It's exactly like that.
Yeah.
Exactly that. And so the kids walked out of the house.
Wait, the kids went to the bathroom together?
Yes.
Alright. I'd be like, why?
They need help. Bells are complicated.
The children left the house with the door wide open. The couple saw 2 men and a car at the end of their driveway. The men drove off with the children. Then the power came back. Over the next week, 3 out of 4 of the couple's cats went missing. The 4th was found dead. The husband continued to have nosebleeds and was diagnosed with aggressive skin cancer.
Aw.
I know, it's really sad, but like, at least it wasn't young couple. I mean,
yes.
I'm glad that they didn't meet these demonic entities until later in their life.
Yeah.
Like, at least
What a
they
way
got.
to go, demonic entities.
I mean, really, I'd be okay with that. Like, if I went out and they were like, "Oh, she died. How'd she die?" Demons. Honestly, I don't think anyone would be surprised.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
They'd be like, "Checks out. That's Jess."
Yeah, she definitely was playing with the Ouija board.
It's cute.
The Ouija board?
Yeah.
Okay.
I just went boop boop doop boop boop. Okay. Oh, here's one in England, so you'll be happy.
Yay! Demon children in England.
Yeah, just what you want.
Are they part of the royal family?
Lee Brickley, singer, songwriter, and paranormal investigator,
Interesting.
He has quite a resume.
Does he sing the Scooby-Doo songs?
He should. I wonder what his CV looks like, though.
Yeah.
Like, you list that on top when you go in for an interview, and they're like, "Do you have any real jobs?"
Yikes.
reported in the Birmingham Mail in 2014 his own encounters with a black-eyed child in Cannock Chase, England. Brickley went to investigate the sightings where a young girl and her mother claimed to have found a girl with her hands over her eyes. When this girl removed her hands from her eyes, those eyes were completely black, and she vanished. Brickley believes this is the same ghost seen by his aunt in 1982. In the same area, his aunt saw a young girl crying in the middle of the night, who then vanished into the forest. Brickley proposed this is connected to a real-life tragedy of the 1960s. One of the largest police investigations in British history searched for the killer of 3 young girls in this area. Some suggest this particular black-eyed child might be one of the murdered girls.
What was the serial killer?
I didn't get a name on him because he doesn't deserve to be
Was
named.
Jack the Ripper? Wasn't he English?
Not in the 1960s.
I don't remember what Jack
That
the Ripper
was 18 something.
Well, I
the
don't know
1800s.
anything.
Okay, the Beatles were the 60s.
I know.
Jack the
I
Ripper
know
was
this.
1800s.
I didn't know we were naming our serial killers in the 1800s.
I think he might have been like one of the first.
Yeah.
He was very proud of himself.
Across the many iterations of the black-eyed children's tale, there are many commonalities in their abilities and descriptions. The children with completely black eyes will knock on the door of your home or vehicle, insisting that you let them in. They may approach or stand still, watching you.
If a child stands at a distance watching me, I'm fully leaving. Like, I'm not gonna go ask, are you okay? Like, if it's the only time a child has ever stared at me is like if it's a little baby in a restaurant or something, or like they're with their mom and they're just like, But like,
But
usually holding hands with someone, it's never just like a child alone staring at you. Because if a child is alone and lost, they at least know well enough to like cry and get your attention.
yeah, if there was like a little toddler standing on the street looking at me, honestly, I'd probably start laughing. Like, if it had black eyes, I'd probably just start laughing.
The black-eyed children seem like a vampire or fairy, needing an invitation before entering your property. Some people will feel compelled to help and obey the black-eyed children until they see their completely black eyes and the spell is broken. The black-eyed children tend to cause an overwhelming sense of dread in victims. All the children in reported cases appear from 6 to 16 years old, and their clothing may include hoods or be outdated in some way.
Oh, I would love it if like a Victorian child was like, Mom, can I have a tea?
You wouldn't, like, punt them out your front door.
The child asking for tea.
Well, if it's got black eyes and it's Victorian and it's staring and asking for tea, I'd be like, first of all, I don't have tea. Second of all, no.
The black-eyed children are often said to be found hitchhiking, panhandling, or wandering residential areas. The black-eyed children usually have an odd, stiff, or stilted speech pattern, like the words don't fit quite right in their mouths. Nightmares and agoraphobia have been reported as long-term effects on the witnesses. According to certain variations of these legends, the black-eyed children are more likely to approach those who already know about them, so beware.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome. And you're welcome as well. We've infected our audience.
But did these people know about them?
Who?
All the people that were talking about them?
Not all of them, but people have said that if you know vaguely what they are or what they're about, they're more likely to approach you.
I have nightmares now.
A little demon will come up to you.
I will cry.
It's fine. You'll be fine. It won't.
Hope not.
You'll be fine. You can send them my way. I'll say hi. I'll say hi back and they'll be like, ugh, not this one. I want to deal with her.
Some conspiracy theorists believe these black-eyed children are aliens reaching out to their own Earth.
I only saw this mentioned one place. It was kind of strange, and I don't know. Aliens. The theory boils down to could be aliens.
Demonologists say these black-eyed children are the spawn of the devil or demons. They cite reports of black eyes as a symptom in demon possession. They say if you let these black-eyed children in, you have let the devil into your life.
Which is what a demonologist would say.
It sounds like something a demonologist would say.
Of course.
Trying to get more customers.
It's like, you saw a kid? Exorcism. You have a kid? Exorcism. You know what? Bring the whole family. Free, buy one, get one free exorcism deal.
Others, like Brickley, have posed that black-eyed children are a sub-variety of ghosts. Some even say these black-eyed children are baby vampires, or vampires who illusion themselves to look like a child in order to draw humans in. More likely, the legend of the black-eyed children was a result of the friction between youth culture and traditional culture. The earliest sightings of black-eyed children prior to Bethel date back to the 1950s, which is when youth began to break away from their parents drastically, with the beginnings of rock and roll, new fashion, and other entertainments. Pop culture began to show younger generations as less innocent and more rebellious. For example, Rebel Without a Cause and Children of the Corn. As children broke away from traditional conservative ideals held by older generations, this fear of the children was born. The black eyes represent this disconnect, Eyes are important when communicating nonverbally, but with black eyes, there can be no communication.
This is just people being scared of, like, new generations.
Yes.
Having new ideas, and
Yes.
then they're like, the children were demons!
Yes.
Like, they just said that, like, don't be racist.
Yep. And also, like, maybe don't Vietnam.
Yeah. They said, hell no, we won't go. Demons!
Black-eyed children have recently enjoyed some popularity in pop culture with movies like Black-Eyed Children, Let Me In, and Sunshine Girl and the Hunt for the Black-Eyed Kids.
Interesting.
I think it might have been indie, but
Yeah,
still.
those sound indie.
There was also a comic book series by Aftershock Comics in which the Black-Eyed Children featured. The regular children would become Black-Eyed Children if they murdered their family.
Oh god.
So,
That does make sense, though.
don't do that.
Yeah, don't
Just-
murder your family, please.
as a general bit of life advice, avoid murdering your family.
Yeah.
That's just a small sampling of the movies, documentaries, and fan fiction
Oh,
that
cool.
has been written about the Black-Eyed Children. They have become popular for some reason.
If they're so popular, then they're probably not showing up as much.
Probably. They're like, we've done our work.
Yeah.
We'll come back later. Although if the last major sighting was around 2015, this is 7 years later, and 7 is a big number, so
Yeah.
they could always come visit. Lindsay loves kids.
No!
What would you do if there was a child right in front of you? What if you looked into that child's eyes and found only the abyss gazing back at you? Sightings of the black-eyed children have increased since early reports in the 1950s. Debate rages as to the veracity of claims and the origin of these children if claims are to be believed. Whether black-eyed children are demons, ghosts, or the manifestation of generational tension, that is beyond our scope.